All right, we are on and live. What's up, JD?
Hello.
Is JD okay, or do you prefer John Dell?
JD's perfect.
JD's perfect. All right, JD. So thank you for, making a time to meet with me today. I know you're super, super busy with all your cool, amazing projects. So I'm really excited for this opportunity to introduce you to the rest of the Collide team and,
What's up, team?
really get this partnership going. So if it's okay, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and yeah, I'm sure a lot of these questions kind of overlap, so just don't be afraid to take your answer and just run with it.
Cool.
So yeah, first and foremost, why don't you just give me an overview of maybe like the name of your business, like where are you located, what's your role, all that fun stuff.
So the name of my business is Part of the Culture. It's an online business. We are located mainly in San Jose, but for really what I am is just a broker of printing services. And I also have an educational business. And in my printing business, I also do graphic design. So I'm either printing something, designing something, or teaching somebody something. But it's all under the umbrella of Part of the Culture. That's my business name.
And what's
And I'm
your,
located in San Jose.
sorry, go ahead.
And I'm located in San Jose, but I'm kind of playing with the idea of just calling my business online. Like I don't really have like a headquarters or an office or anything.
Perfect. And what about your, your educational background, your professional background? Were you always an entrepreneur, or, did you
Yes.
work somewhere before starting your own business? Like, take
I
me
was
along the
always
journey.
I've always been an entrepreneur. I've always been a bartender and an entrepreneur. So I started working. I worked at restaurants when I was like 16 through like 18. I started my business when I was 18. I only worked my business from like 18 to 21. Then I started working at a restaurant because I didn't know what to do with the money for my business. I was super young and naive. I just had like, it wasn't a lot of money. I had like $3,000 or $4,000. I didn't know what to do with it. So I started working at a hole in the wall place. The owner liked me. He owned a club. I started bartending at his club, and I bartended and ran my business. I bartended at night and ran my business during the day for, the last decade or so. And then once rent started getting crazy, I actually I do catering during the day, and then COVID hit, so I'm not doing it now. But so I work at, I'm contracted by Google to do catering in the day, and I run my business. I have business partners, and I'll run my business before, during, and after work. And then I would bartend on the weekends, and that was kind of my schedule.
What don't you do?
Nothing.
Right? And
Make mistakes. No, I don't know.
and
I'm just playing. I make a lot of mistakes, actually.
that brings me
So
to my next question. How did that kind of maybe prior, or even current, how did all of that experience help you when you started?
what experience?
So I guess your diverse experience, either starting off in like the restaurant industry, things that you learned, whether it was time management, budgeting.
With bartending, and the only thing that comes to my mind is a certain level of empathy. So like as a bartender, I realized that as a bartender, you just become empathetic to people. So even with shirt projects, it's more, for me it's just making shirts, but for the client it's more than that. It's for a project, it's for a funeral, it's for a baseball game, and these moments, or it's their clothing brand. And a lot of times people have like either saved up for this moment or dreamed of this moment, or they've never created anything, or just like bartending, they've had a long ass week and they want to have a good time. So my experience has always just been like, has made me very empathetic towards people and their emotions towards things that I may not even find any crazy value. Like I'm doing a banner right now, but the dude's logo was ugly. I fixed it. He's never had a banner made before. so I'm going to drop it off to him either this evening or tomorrow morning out in Gilroy. And so for me, I to be transparent, I don't care. Like, it's just a money play for me. And I do like having, I'm excited. I don't want to say I don't care. I'm excited for him to be excited. But I know when I hand him that banner, it's a big deal for him. So I become very empathetic to that.
Yeah, those interpersonal skills, because I was a bartender too, right? So just
Yeah.
like having to constantly almost like interact with people and meet them where they're at, like on that day, right? Being adaptable, being interpersonal. Oh yeah, those skills can be translated every which way, and I can tell that you are definitely doing so, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, and what do you enjoy most about being an entrepreneur, or like what's the hardest part about it?
The hardest part is with empathy comes, you do make mistakes. And so I've learned to fix those mistakes. And fortunately, people, if they see you like go to bat, and people understand. But the hardest thing is making mistakes, because it costs you time, it costs you money, it can put dings into your reputation. So that's the hardest thing is with my brand. When people hear or say part of the culture, I'm the face of the brand. I'm the Ronald McDonald. So if anything goes wrong, I can't be like, oh, this guy did it, or oh, that guy did it, even though it may not have. I've done everything I was supposed to do, but I have to be responsible for every single interaction that happens, whether it's good or bad. So sometimes that can be difficult. And then sometimes, like even right now, like time management, like it's my schedule's getting crazier and crazier and crazier. Like since I've been on the phone with you, 5 people have texted me, and I have a meeting, and I have, you know what I'm saying? So it's hard, like balancing everything, you know what I'm saying, and making everyone happy and continuing to help everybody. So the time management and the mistakes can be super hard.
Well, hopefully, especially in our time working together, we can definitely open up some more time by taking off the website and social media stuff, hopefully,
Yeah.
freeing you up with a little bit more time in that regard. As
Sure.
you've expressed, entrepreneurship can be a rough road, but in some of those difficult times, like what helps you like moving forward and, focus on making that progress?
Prayer, goals, and God. So I feel like, even like for me, I just feel like I have a mission to help people. And if I have the opportunity to help somebody, then I'm going to do it. And I think that's the driving force behind everything I do. You know what I mean? From sitting here at this, with my boy, I just did some hat mock-ups for a client. He's going to be super happy when he sees those. I'm about to go. I just set up another project for a client. He's going to be happy. I'm doing some mom and dad hats for some clients. They're going to be happy. I feel like, you know what I mean? Sitting down, talking to you, I love being able to help people. That's my driving force. You know what I'm saying? More so, like, there's so much stuff. Now I take money because my time is so, like, I'm more focused on, even if it's small amounts, I make people pay me because my time is getting like busier and busier and busier. And so I won't have time to help everybody. So I kind of can, like, are you serious? Are you willing to pay? Let's rock.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
And, I've heard you, I've heard some of your motivational, words before. What other characteristics or skills do you think are important, for not only leaders, but also maybe if someone's interested in maybe starting up their own business like you did, like what characteristics or skills do you think are most important?
Hard skills are, you need to learn sales, you need to learn marketing, and you need to learn communication. Those things, like, yeah, if you like me, I just had a conversation. I studied marketing for a year. I continue to study it, email marketing, social media marketing. I've invested tons of money into programs. I make, a lot of times you see those videos and you don't know, but I'm really making those videos so that I learn how to communicate, so that when I make a video, I watch it and I see, okay, I like how that sounds. I don't like how that sounds. So when I'm in these things, I'm able to communicate with you. So communication is the number one skill. If you can't communicate, it's very hard. Look at Trump. What are them? Everyone makes fun of him, his communication skills. So you have to, so communication's key. Sales, huge. I have to be able to, for you already did some of the things that are leading up to sales. Make the appointment, ask for the sale. Hey, can you do it at this time? Hey, you haven't sold me anything yet, but do you want to buy this? Having those skills, that's the sales is the lifeblood of your business. And then, marketing, and I talked about communication, sales, and then marketing. If no one knows who you are, my boy says it best. They can't flow you if they don't know you. So really putting yourself in a position to where people know you. So getting as many people to just, even if they don't spend money with you, building a brand that people recognize and get to know you. And then by either them or a friend of a friend can possibly use your services. So communication, sales, and marketing, I think are 3 hard skills that people need.
Yeah, I agree. Sounds like some inbound marketing, some outbound marketing. Yep, we're on the same page, sir.
Yes.
And in relation to your business, coming back to, I guess, like your business journey, like, because we definitely want to showcase your business, definitely a great way to any of our listeners. I just have a few more questions as to, what problems is your business currently trying to solve? I know you told me a little bit more about some of your business objectives, but if you could just maybe like remind me.
I think it's coming down to I'm just honing in on thoughts. And I think really what I want my business to do is to help people become better business people for themselves and for their families. The quote that comes to mind is from the Bible, like a wise person will bless their kids. You know what I'm saying? And so I believe that by properly branding your business, learning to invest, learning communication, sales, all those things. So really, I just want part of the culture as a whole just wants people to be better branded business people. I want everyone to have their quote unquote Starbucks.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You look at a Starbucks, you go to them, they're going to have the cups. They're going to have they have that brand, and it's a multi-million-dollar brand. It's recognized all over the world. And so anybody who I work with, I like for them to, obviously we all can't be Starbucks, but I'm always trying to help people brand themselves and build themselves to as a grandiose as a Starbucks. So the main thing I do is print branding materials. And so I just want people to build a profitable brand and then learn how to take the money from that profitable brand and give some back to the community and give and invest some of that so that that brand pays for their lifestyle.
Perfect.
And helps out the community.
Adding value, because that's just what you do, JD. That's what you do. And I'll definitely keep those objectives in mind. We're going to come back to that. But I have a couple more questions. Like, how did you get your first 10 customers?
Flea market, just set up a spoof, and they walked up to my stand at the flea market.
I love it. And have you ever hired any new employee? Have you had to hire on any employees or any other help, or what do you look for in a team member or partner?
I've hired people throughout the years. I've hired people at every stage of the game. And I have one guy who works for me now. He kind of does my deliveries. He's on call. He's just a contractor. But I switched my business model from working with people that I have to train to working with successful companies. And so, for example, right now I'm at my business partner owns a sign and banner shop. So he's already established. So I just contract him by the job. So if I need a banner or if I need something, he gives me contract pricing. I do the same thing. I have 3 to 5 different business partners that can do what I need done. And so they have companies where they have hired employees and I just contract them per job. So I don't really have a workforce. I've kind of just tried to build what they call, instead of a business, it's called a muse, so that I could work anywhere and I don't have to worry about employees and everything. The one employee I have is just so if I'm out of town, he can pick up the stuff from my partners and take it to the client for me or ship it for me.
Yeah, because from what I can tell, you can literally work anywhere. You are your business.
I am, yeah. I just need my laptop and I'm good.
Oh, I completely know what you mean. I remember earlier I could only find my personal laptop and I was like, where's my work laptop? I was like, oh no, my whole world is on there.
For sure.
And last few questions. I know that, you have other things that you want to get to, and I still want to share my results with you.
No, I'm here.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Where do you see, or what is the biggest mistake you see businesses make when it comes to entrepreneurs trying to start their own business?
Rushing the process and not studying enough, and not not treating their entrepreneurship like a job. Where I see someone who wants, say, like I know a girl who wants to maybe have a lash business, and she'll just purchase the lashes and the boxes. And I don't really like talking about people, but this is just an example.
Yeah.
And I just I don't feel like she puts in 8 hours a day on that lash business. So just because, all right, so like for me, most people will just make like an Instagram post, like, hey, I want to drop this hat. They'll just post an Instagram post about this hat, and that's their day for their hat business. I feel like you need to put in 8 hours trying to sell this hat if that's what you're trying to do. So that means that you should probably talk about why you make videos on why you pick this hat, what this means, figure out how you can distribute it, figure out business partners, stand on a corner and sell the hat for 6 hours and work on the brand for 2 hours. But I think if people put in the 8 hours a day, or even 4 hours if you have a full job, or even 2 hours if you have a full job and a family, but putting in the time day in, 5 to 6 days a week in and week out, I don't think enough entrepreneurs do that. I see cats that, like all the cats that I see that are serious, put in real work. And I don't want to call it a job, but I work my business like a job. As soon as I wake up, I shower, shower, shit, and shave, like they say.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I call my mom, tell her I love her, hang out with my girl at night. But besides that, I'm in the streets. I'm working my business. I'm on calls like this. I'm doing graphic design. I'm meeting with clients. I'm meeting with customers, and I put in as much time as I can. When I'm at work, on my lunch breaks, I'm working my business. Before I go to work, I'll pick up and drop off products. After I get off of work, I'll work on my business. And then I'll work on my body for an hour, and I'll hang out with family and friends for an hour or two. But I try to find a balance, but I work my business.
Definitely. And I think that that's, an amazing point, because a lot of the time I feel like people, they're like, oh, well, my website is up, it's chilling, it's good. I don't have to put any work into it, right? Like, and then the same thing with social media. Oh, well, I made a post today. That's good. I'm done for the day. And then it's like your webpage is up there, and then maybe you have like a post up, right? But then it's like, there's not as much, again, like you said, there's not as much time that's spent past that, so it's not so much just to have the social media and the social media itself as a strategy, but then developing the social media content strategy to supplement that and to sustain that and to make it effective. Again, it's not about, making sure your website's cool, making a post, and then chilling out for the rest of the day watching Netflix, right? I think I've heard you made that reference. Like, successful people, don't clock out and then go home and just chill and watch Netflix. Like, they're constantly
every day. There's a difference between the 1% and the 99%, and you know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna get into it, but there's a difference.
That's the thing. I have like a good like little bank of like amazing quotes from you. So I'm just
I like it. They're real game. I'm giving real. It's
I know. Thank you. I'm trying to return the favor.
No, you are. This is huge.
Good. So last question for just more of like the personal side of your business journey. Like, do you plan on retiring? Do you have your retirement plan all set up? I know.
Nah, I don't want to retire. My goal is to become financially free so I can help other people become financially free. I want to be like the Harriet Tubman of this hustle thing.
Ooh. Snaps for that. I love that. Yeah, leading people to their abundance and their freedom in that regard.
Exactly. You put it in a perfect sentence. Showing people their abundance and really being able to just spend my time, all of my time, my 16 hours a day, really pouring back into the community, still hustling, but I just want the hustle to kind of pay for itself, own some franchises and some real estate, and then really just be able to mentor kids and really try to put a dent in this homeless thing. And you know what I'm saying? But they say like, put your mask on first. So I'm just trying to figure out how I can succeed in getting to freedom. And then once I'm in freedom, then I'm gonna come back for everybody else.
That's right. I love that. And just remind me, because the whole, passion that you have with the real estate and with the, youth and, giving back. We have another partnership that I think you'd be really excited to connect with. about the real estate and homelessness stuff. So connecting, making those connections, all about that too. So yeah, I am really excited, to share with you, some of the feedback and some of the notes that our team here at Collide came up with. Just first and foremost, and just explicitly stating and regurgitating some of your business goals that you shared with me. You definitely want to, like you said, you want to help educate people. So let's get those course enrollments up, right? So people enrolled in your courses, you want more clients for your printing business. You maybe want to, you have a new product release coming out, I know. So you want to promote new course launches, right? Does that sound all about?
Yeah.
Does that
Yeah,
sound
sounds
right?
good.
Perfect. So one of the things that I noticed during my digital social media audit that I did for you, I'll start with my SWOT analysis, right? So a lot of, obviously, your strengths, you have lots of stuff to work with, right? In abundance. Maybe a weakness, I guess, like an area of improvement. I hate that word weakness, but I'm like, I wish you would change it to like something else. Just like an area of improvement. I'll get to that. That's kind of where a majority of my notes are, right? And then for opportunities, our team, I know that you're very busy as it is. And sometimes, you hop on videos, you hop on the live, you're doing videos like that all the time. But maybe if you had maybe like a monthly webinar event, or maybe if you had scheduled lives or, other speaking, engagement opportunities to share, that might be an interesting, funnel or lead magnet for some of those courses.
No, I agree. I like that. That's a great tidbit.
Yeah, and I'll help lay it all out and make it nice and easy to execute. Also, as far as maybe like some threats, I guess, for the T. There's definitely an oversaturation of online courses, and how do people like decipher through all these online resources, right, and make them want to choose yours.
Yeah.
Right. So again, I think what makes an opportunity there and a strength is definitely, I think you said something about courses on a sliding scale, depending on, affordability. Beautiful.
Yeah.
I think that's amazing. So that'll definitely be something to help you stand out in that regard. I wanted to bring something to your attention, and I'm not sure you're aware of it. So I'm really excited to maybe bring it to your attention. So if you go to your lovely Instagram. May I share my screen with you? Is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Cool. So if you go to your lovely Instagram, can you see my screen?
Yes.
So you look at your screen and you're like, oh, what? Like, I see this cool mask, this cool shirt. I see hats, like I could tell that, you could do some design, you do this, you do that, right? I can definitely get a gist of what you do. So let me think. I'm like, hey, I'm interested in maybe getting a shirt. Like, where can I look? Okay, well, here, let's look at the custom shirts.
Last but not least, project number 3.
Well, there's no pricing or anything there. I want to know. Okay, well, let me check his website. So as soon as I get to your website, I'm like, hey, what's up, JD? And I'm like, okay, shirt pop up. If I need to make a shirt, maybe this is where I go. No, that's not where I go. Maybe let me go home. Oh, okay, here we go. So yeah, printing services. Let me click on, oh wait, why isn't it clicking? Oh no. So your masterclass is clickable. However, there's no way for me to get any quote or any information on your printing service through your website. So
oh no, I'm not done with my website.
No, I'm just saying, okay. I'm just saying as of right now, there's not really any way for anybody to get any sort of like pricing or quotes on any of your printing services. So that was just like oh, well, I know that you want to get more, clients.
Yeah.
So maybe that is something that we can definitely integrate. Yeah, because I was like, oh, the clothing, some of these.
Yeah, it's 50% done. I haven't finished, so I was working with someone on how I'm gonna put together my personal coaching package, so I didn't really know what to do. But I have been even though my webpage isn't done, to even do that, what you just seen was so hard. It took me like that was my vision for so long, to just have 6 buttons, easy to navigate, up my
It looks
hub,
good.
create my own link tree. So I am, and then I'm working with another guy. So on how I should price it and things like that. So I haven't had my aha moment on how I should do my printing services and stuff. So,
Yeah.
and then if you do, and obviously like you're doing a the SWOT analysis, but how I do, and just to be transparent, how I do get business is if you do follow me on Instagram and all my videos and all my posts, I just said, shoot me a direct message.
Yeah,
If you
I
want
noticed.
printing
That's like
services.
where you get a lot of your
Yeah,
inquiries, right?
so it
Through
goes
DM.
down in the DM.
It goes down in the DM. Well, as long as, I mean, if DMs, especially whether it's Facebook, Instagram, if you're managing that, totally fine, cool. You know what I mean? Also, maybe there's ways for you to do some like pop-ups. So like, hey, like get a quote, email, you know what I mean? Like those.
Yeah, no, yeah, I like that too.
pop-up
I do need to, that link is supposed to work and it will eventually work.
Yeah.
I'm just going to have I've been so busy, but I haven't had time to, but what I do is, and I'm going to do it.
If you're so busy, how do you have time to answer all these DMs?
Because there's money. I make time to make money. You know what I'm saying? So, the thing is, never mind. It's definitely a work in progress right now.
Well, absolutely. I'm glad that, you're already kind of aware as to where, there are some areas of opportunities to make part of the culture stronger. There's, what is it called? As far as all of the other notes and feedback, and details and all of those things, I think, my boss, will be really excited to sit in on our next meeting and, really give you like a legit, course and plan of action of how we're going to do all this.
Cool.
And I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to stop recording really quick if that's okay.
All right, cool.